welcome to Women's Wealth, the podcast with me, Joanne. My mission is to educate, inspire, and empower you all to step into your own life of wealth. That feeling of being so rich in your mind, body, and soul. I'm so happy to have you here. Let's get straight into it. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Wealth with Joanne. And of course, I'm your host. Welcome back if you are here every week. Welcome if you've just found me by some magic, you're meant to be here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before I start, if you are watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Every single view, every single like, every single comment, every single subscription really does mean the world to me. I am so grateful. And it also really helps my channel. So to get seen and share my voice and share everything that I have to say with lots and lots of other people. So thank you for doing that in advance. And Merry Christmas. So you'll be listening to this the Friday before Christmas, and you may want to add on to your list to Santa very quickly some face yoga. And this is what I want to talk about today. Why? Because in 2025, I will be launching my Wealth Face method, which is my face yoga method. And I'll be going into that shortly, what that means. It will be a blend of the way that I teach yoga, my holistic yoga, diet, mindset, all of the things that I love to focus on and share with you guys, but for our faces. There's another thing as well that I want to share. So I might slip up today. I'm trying to retrain my brain. I've decided that I am anti-aging. I don't like the word anti-aging. And I was thinking about it when I was brushing my teeth. And it's so drilled into us that we're meant to be anti-aging. And I was actually doing my face yoga. I have my gua sha tool. And of course, I'm doing it because it makes me feel good. I'm doing it because it helps to lift my face and tone my face and all of the things. And of course, because it's drilled into me that I'm meant to be anti-aging and not want to see any aging in my face. And again, I don't want to nobody wants their face to start drastically changing and having lines and wrinkles. But it is one thing that is going to happen. We are aging. And what I really think, instead of, and this is something that I push and promote with our bodies, looking after your old lady body. So why not do the same for our faces? Instead of being anti-aging, against aging, why are we not pro-aging? So the things that we're doing are for aging. The things that we're doing are supporting aging. So yes, we still want all of those same benefits, but instead of it being on a negative, it's on a positive. So we're supporting our face as it ages. We're supporting our lines and wrinkles. We're supporting any droopiness or sagginess or whatever it is that we feel like we've got. We're supporting that, and we're looking in the mirror and thinking, right, okay, I'm going to support this through massage. I'm going to support this through facial exercises. Or I'm going to support this through exfoliation or using this cream or this oil. Instead of it being looking in the mirror and I'm anti this, I don't want this. And can you see how that just really flips when we look in the mirror to I'm supporting this? The same as when we go to the gym and we're supporting our bodies, we're supporting our faces, our necks, and from then, even just that little flip, I feel like it makes a huge difference to my mindset in general, to going from one of, oh my God, have I got wrinkles? Is this starting to sag? Am I getting a double chin? Am I losing this? And I'm getting old, and all of the things that are kind of pushed onto us to, oh, okay, I have all of these tools to support what is happening, because we can't stop time. We can just support what is happening through time. And if that then in turn means that we have, the face that we want to have, less wrinkles, less droopiness, all of the things that I've just mentioned, then so be it. But how much nicer is it to think that we are just supporting aging, we're pro-aging, than the word anti? So I might slip up today because this is just a reflection, and if I say anti-aging, I'm going to try and correct myself to supporting aging. And this is something that I'm really going to promote when I share my face yoga on my socials and in my groups starting from next year, that we are not anti-aging. We are supporting our aging. And that is it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And now let's get into a little bit of the history of face yoga. And I love a bit of history. I think it's important that we know the background into things. We don't have to go full into the dates and times, but it is interesting to learn where things start and where things come from. And I think the more that we understand the background and the history of something, the more we can bring it into what we are doing instead of not really having an understanding. Just in very short then, face yoga stems from very ancient Eastern traditions. And when I was reading about it, Ayurveda came up quite a lot, and so did traditional Chinese medicine. So they kind of cross over. And in both of these traditions, they really focus on, for our bodies, the energetics. Now, if you do yoga, you may have heard of our energy channels, our meridians, especially if you do yin yoga. So the energy channels, our meridians, are exactly as it sounds for energy channel. So channels of energy, tunnels, however you want to envisage these that run through our bodies. And when these are blocked, this is when we get dis-ease. And these get blocked with energy. So for example, lower back pain is associated with the emotion of anger. So it could be that this energy channel within the lower back is blocked because you're holding on to some anger. Shoulders, stress and anxiety. And you will know yourself that when you are stressed or anxious, you carry your shoulders. We lift the shoulders up towards our ears. And then we spend all day rolling the shoulders back because they're aching. And this is where the saying, the weight of the world on your shoulders, comes from, because we physically carry this worry and this anxiety around with us. This is the same for our face, for face yoga. So we have our energy channels within our face. So when we're holding on to tension in the face, this then is manifesting maybe into headaches, jaw pain, shoulder pain, neck pain. This is all connected, your head, neck, shoulders. So by using face yoga, facial massage, facial relaxation, we're then again having a knock-on effect on the energy channels throughout the face into the body. And physically, as you will know, if you practice yoga, if you don't practice yoga, you may not be aware that our connective tissue is one big piece of tissue that comes all the way from the bottom of the feet and goes all the way, covers our bodies. So again, the same when we get stiff and achy and pain throughout our bodies, when we're squeezing our face, squeezing our jaw, squeezing a frown, we're then going to we have the wrinkles, the lines, when we're squeezing our teeth together, the pain in the neck and the jaw, and, we might feel that we're getting a double chin and our posture's off and all of these things. So it's exactly the same principles from physical movement for your body, but for your face. And face yoga is a mixture of facial exercises. So some of the muscles we want to tone and lift. Again, this makes sense. So if we feel that our cheeks are starting to droop, and I'm going to go through the aging shortly, we want to start to lift the cheeks. So through gentle movements of the cheeks, the same for our marionette lines, the lines at the side of your mouth and your jaw. So we want to lift and tone these areas. There are also some areas in the face that we hold onto. So we're frowning. So we get the 11 lines that we want to learn how to relax these areas. So through relaxation techniques, using our breath. So toning, relaxation, and circulation. Now, when we are promoting circulation, and you will know this again through your body, if you've got cold hands and feet, your feet and hands might hurt. In our face, if we're promoting fresh blood flow, we're again keeping the blood flow, it's going to help us to continue to produce collagen and elastin. So again, keeping our faces nice and supple, nice and strong. It's also going to help the texture of our skin. And of course, in turn, we're then supporting our natural beauty, keeping this for as long as possible, again, supporting the aging process. Yes, I said it. I didn't use the A word. One of the amazing things, or if not the most amazing, best thing about face yoga is you can do it at any time. You can do it at home. You don't need any expensive creams, products, injections, cuts, anything painful, it can be all part of your own self-care process. And it's a practice. It's like your yoga practice. And the more you do it, the more benefits you'll see. You don't need a hefty amount of time to do it either. You can do a minute a day, a couple of exercises a day if there's particular areas that you're working on, and then every week have a longer session just like you would with any other exercise. And it's about connection, and this is how I'm going to try and really help people through my method of face yoga. So it's not just about supporting the aging process. It's not just about how your face looks. It's about learning about your breath, learning about your body, learning about your face, thinking about what's going in your body, diet-wise, what are you eating? How can your food also support your aging in your face? Because again, this is not something we generally think about, that I'm going to eat this watermelon because I know it's hydrating and it's extra hydration for the skin in my face. We're quite focused on the food that we're eating to keep our bodies in shape. So really learning about how to keep your face in shape. So a little tiny bit of science here. Again, you don't need to know when you're practicing face yoga all the names of the muscles, everything. You just need to know the basics so that you understand what you're doing and how and why it's working. So within our face, we have 57 different muscles. Now, these muscles are there to help us with our facial expressions. So unlike the muscles in our bodies that are controlled by our bones, our muscles in our face are controlled by our reactions. The same way that in our bodies, our muscles over time weaken, particularly if we're not using them. Now, this is where there's a slight little difference. So in our face, we are using the muscles, when we're talking and we're expressing with our eyebrows and we're smiling and we're frowning and, the microfacial expressions we don't know that we're doing. Of course, they're always in use, but then over time, our muscles do start to weaken. Now, the same way as we would go to the gym to work out our bodies, we need to do the same for our faces. And there could also be some facial expressions, think of a resting bitch face, that over time then has an effect on the way that our face looks. So for example, if you do have an RBF, that you might find as you get older that your lips start to droop down. So very, very, very simply, and this is something that I've been working on, if you catch yourself in a frown or you're just sitting really stern-faced, bringing into a little smile, it's going to help lift your cheeks and keep your lips lifted. And it also takes less muscles to do that. And I know you've probably heard people say, it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. But it is actually true. So when we do consciously think, right, okay, I'm frowning here, I'm just going to lift, you're actually doing face yoga. You're lifting your cheeks and you're lifting your lips. And I do this while I'm in the car. If I catch myself with a bit of a scowl, I just check in the mirror that I've got a little smile, and then there we go, starting to lift my cheeks and lift my lips. It's so interesting when you do learn about how the face works and the muscles in the face, you will start to catch yourself. And again, this is the process of face yoga that it's helping us throughout the day. And I also find that energetically, when I'm bringing a little smile to my face, I then do actually feel better because I'm smiling. I can't remember there's a study of people when they see photographs of people smiling, that their mood lifts. And when you hear somebody laughing, you might start laughing because it's contagious. And it's exactly the same there. So you're again tapping into the energetics there by just bringing a smile to your face. As we get older, a lot of changes start to take place in the face, and particularly in the skin. So it's not just wrinkles. It's skin deep. It is skin deep. So from our late 20s, and obviously this differs in everybody, collagen also starts to decrease. So you've probably heard collagen, wafting around. There's collagen creams, there's collagen shots, there's collagen, what else is the collagen tablets, all of these things. And collagen's actually produced by your face. And this collagen produces elastin in the face. And this is what's keeping the face nice and tight. When that starts to decrease, this is when we start to see our face dropping slightly. So you may notice your cheeks start to drop, or especially for women, around the jaw and in the neck. Our bones also change as we get older. So, of course, our face shape will start to change. And if you have really high cheekbones, these might also start to drop as we get older. So what we want to do again through our yoga, exercise and relaxation is support this process so that you're not looking in the mirror and comparing yourself to yourself 10, 15 years ago, but you also then understand that actually this is normal. My bone structure, my collagen, my elastin is changing, but I'm going to support it through these methods. Our collagen decreases once it starts to decrease. Again, you can't pinpoint an actual day and a time, but once it starts to decrease, let's just say from the age of 27, it's 1% each year, and then it starts to speed up once we hit about 60. So what we do through face yoga is support that decrease. And I don't want you to listen to this and think, oh my God, I'm 40, it's too late. It's never too late. In some of the research and in the training that I did for my face yoga, there are women doing face yoga who are in their 90s, and they've stepped into it at a later age to support, and they look amazing. They really, really do. And I haven't mentioned yet, if you do have filler and Botox and, things like this, I'm not here to say don't do that and swap it for face yoga. They actually work really well together. You do have to wait about a month if you are having injectables, but you might find that when you start doing face yoga, it actually helps to lengthen, especially with Botox. Now, what we want to do if you do have Botox, and this is freezing the muscles in your forehead, you don't want to completely lose the function of the muscles. It's called atrophy. So we also do want to keep working the muscles, and through face yoga, even though you have that limited movement, if you've had Botox, you're still able to work the muscles. And then you might find that once your Botox starts to wear off, because you are focusing on toning and lifting the muscles, say for example in your forehead or your eyebrows or around your eyes, the effects last longer. So you can minimize, maybe just go for a little top up once a year. If this is your choice. The same with if you have chosen to have fillers, and face yoga is safe, and again it's going to help you to lift and tone. Okay, so I've just spoken about the natural aging. There's nothing we can do about that. That is going to happen. Collagen's going to start decreasing 1% a year. But there are other factors that we bring upon ourselves that speed up this process or help us to look different. And we all know about the sun. We all know that going out in the sun can speed up the process, the UV rays, wrinkles, dark spots, all of the things. So always wearing an SPF is going to, and I always wear SPF 50 on my face so that, I'm supporting there. But then it is a slippery slope between allowing yourself to get your vitamin D and then stopping yourself from burning. So I always just go by, I try to get my 20 minutes to an hour of sun, but I will always put SPF on my face and then maybe skip my body if I'm not in it for too long. And it's very different here in Dubai, actually, just to go off on a tangent, because it's so sandy and there's always loads of stuff in the air. We don't burn here as much. So if you're in Europe, again, covering up the body, letting your face have a little bit of sun and then popping on your SPF 50, or just go SPF 50 from the start. Another is pollution. And again, I think this is something that unfortunately in this modern world is out of our control. Pollution is everywhere and we can't really escape it. But from a face yoga and diet and wellness point of view, doing the best you can to eat foods that are antioxidant and, where you can, not drinking water from plastic bottles, and allowing your body to have that time away from microplastics and heavy metals. And you can get drops to help detox your body from heavy metals and certain essential oils that you can just pop into your water. Some brands that you can pop into your water that help just to flush these out of your body. And this might be something that you've never actually thought of, that is actually speeding up this aging process in your face. So again, just being aware of where you're going and, if you're out walking, trying to avoid main roads, just so we're not inhaling that pollution. And I know it's so difficult because it is everywhere now. It's something that I try to avoid in Dubai. Here it's very difficult to not be next to a main road because it is all main roads. But if I'm out walking, I'm just very conscious of not walking past construction sites and trying to avoid. And again, it might be a futile task, but if you're trying to avoid and you're putting that effort in, it's better than just putting yourself out there, going next to the main roads and getting into all of that pollution, and just eating foods that are going to help you to detoxify from that. Another thing that is aging us is stress. Now, when we are stressed, and I know I mentioned at the very beginning, we're clenching the jaw, we're pulling our shoulders up. This then in turn is affecting our posture, and having poor posture is then going to bring on this double chin, and it's going to age us when people look at us by the way that we're standing. So taking time out of your day to check in with your stress levels. Can you take 5 minutes to do a little bit of breath work? I'm going to talk about water now because poor hydration does lead again to these fine lines and wrinkles. So drinking some water, taking a moment, checking in, rolling your shoulders, releasing your jaw. These are all things that we can do on the spot to help. And again, it's going to help us not only to release the stress in the face and, release the cortisol levels in our body, which are going to keep our hormones in balance, because the imbalance in the hormones, the rise in cortisol, is going to age us quicker. And the same with if we're not drinking a lot of water. Water is essential, but if you do have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, it could be that your face is dehydrated. Think about when your plants need water and the leaves shrivel up. That's exactly the same with our face. Sugar. This one for me, and I mention it all the time, if you listen to my podcast a lot, you know that I have a sweet tooth. But one of the reasons that I am trying to cut back on sugar, not only to support the health of my body, but is because I'm aware that it does aid, it supports aging. It is pro-aging. So when you're eating too much sugar, this is actually going to show on your face. Now, let me just get this word right. Glycation. So diets that are high in sugar accelerates a process called glycation. Now what this actually is sugar attaches itself to collagen molecules and weakens them. God, there's a lot of science words there. So glycation, the sugar attaches itself to our collagen and it breaks it up. And again, we don't want this. We don't want our collagen being broken up here. We want to support our collagen. So cutting back on sugar where you can to then, again, support the aging process in our face and our bodies. Collagen is all over our bodies. So it's, we're talking about the face today, but it is all over our So there is a bigger list of things that push the aging process by affecting our collagen. So I've just listed a few there. So again, sun, stress, poor hydration, sugar. I didn't mention lack of sleep, but I think that goes without saying, because you will know yourself when you haven't had a good night's sleep. You look in the mirror the next day and you can see it in your face straight away. So making sure that you do get your 8 to 9 hours where possible. There is a huge list when I was doing my research for face yoga and my training of things that are aging. Keep your eyes on my socials. I will be sharing more of that over the coming weeks. I don't want to go too much into that today just because we haven't got time to go through it all in a 30-minute podcast. How does face yoga help all of the things that I've just mentioned? So first of all, it's improving our circulation. When we are performing the exercises and when we are focusing on our face, we're actually bringing fresh blood and oxygen to the face. And this is going to help us with our complexion. So again, you'll know when you've had those days when you're a little bit lazy and you've not slept much and the complexion of your face actually changes. We might look a little bit grey and people might say, oh, you look tired, you're a little bit pale. This is because we're not bringing the fresh blood, the nutrients, the oxygen to our faces. So face yoga helps to promote this. And I know I keep mentioning, but stress. When we're focusing on First of all, the act of self-care when we do face yoga, it's going to bring down our stress levels. When we're consciously thinking throughout the day, okay, where are my stress levels at? Where can I relax here? Do I need to relax my jaw? Can I relax my face? Well, that's then, of course, going to have an effect on the micro lines, the lines that we have in our faces from holding maybe a frown or holding our jaw together, holding that RBF and lips pulled down. So by checking in with the stress levels and just taking a moment to go, drop the shoulders, relax the face, bring a smile to the face. The more this becomes a habit, the more benefits you're going to see in your face. Face yoga also stimulates lymphatic drainage, and the lymphatic drainage happens throughout. And at the beginning of my sessions, I'm going to use just a short lymphatic drainage exercise through the neck, under the eyes, through the forehead. And if you don't know much about lymphatic drainage or you've never heard of it, it's just the action of using gentle massage, and you can do it throughout your body. It's really good on the tummy. It's really good if you get swollen during your periods, during your bleed. It helps us to release the toxins. So just moving these through the lymphatic drainage system, and then our body, once we drink lots of water, we pee it out, we get rid of those toxins, and we can hold a lot. Like I said at the beginning, I've done a lot of throat chakra work this week in my yoga sessions, and you may notice that my throat is quite raspy, and I obviously had a lot of blockage there. So at the beginning of my yoga sessions this week, I've been including a little bit of lymphatic drainage through the neck, releasing this through, and I've really felt it. I've really felt that I've had shifted some things, and it's actually made, I can feel it in my throat, and I'm actually clearing that out. This is a good thing, by the way. So it's not bringing on a cold, or I'm not damaged, I'm not hurt. I've just shifted some of the stuff that I was holding on to physically and energetically throughout my throat. Clear the lymphatic drainage within our face as well. It's going to help if you suffer with puffiness under your eyes. So it's moving this out of the way and draining it through your face. If you have a gua sha, the jade rollers, that's what you're doing. And we do that throughout face yoga. Like I said, at the beginning of my sessions, I have just a quick lymphatic drainage, and then throughout as we're moving the face and opening out and relaxing. Of course, one big advantage is the mindfulness of face yoga. It's taking time for yourself. It's the self-love. It's the self-care. It's spending time looking after your body, supporting your aging, and giving yourself 10, 15, 20 minutes, half an hour. This is going to, first of all, feel amazing, but you're also going to, again, it's all about your cortisol levels. When you're mindful, when you're present, when you're calm, when you're spending time looking after yourself, this is going to help to lower your cortisol levels, which again, it's going to help to balance your hormones. And then in turn, this is going to help the aging process, because stress is aging. So let's take just a minute just to try one exercise. I've taken my glasses off for this. You're going to take your fingers. If you're driving and listening to this, then wait till you get home, or if you're cleaning or whatever, just go wash your hands as well before you do this. So you're going to place your fingers above your eyebrows, bringing your index finger towards your eye line, and then your little finger will be just above your eyebrows. You're going to gently press with the fingers. Now, most of the face yoga, it is intuitive. So you will know yourself if you're pressing too hard. So we just lightly press. You're then going to lift your eyebrows. Now this creates a resistance here. So this is going to be toning. So once your eyebrows are lifted, gently pressing with your fingers, and just gently pull the fingers across your forehead. And then release. And then do it again. So your fingers are gently pressing, lift your eyebrows, gently pulling your fingers across your forehead, and then release. So you would do that about 5 to 10 times, and this exercise targets the muscles that are responsible for lifting your eyebrows. And over time, so if you did this every day, that would take 30 seconds when you're putting your face cream on. It's going to help to smooth out any forehead wrinkles that we get from lifting or frowning our eyebrows. So of course, We want to tone here. So we spend all day talking with our eyebrows. Our eyebrows move as we talk. Unless you've had Botox, then your eyebrows probably don't move. But, if someone says something, we'll frown. And if we're surprised, we'll lift the eyebrows, So this is where the wrinkles come from on our forehead. So by using this exercise, we're gently going to massage those out. We're also then shifting anything through the lymphatic drainage system out from the forehead, so releasing any puffiness there as well. It's also going to help to lift your brows. So lots of things going on there just from 30 seconds to 1 minute's worth of work. So just closing your eyes when you do this and start to chat with your breath, check in with your breath at the same time. So as you inhale, you will press the fingers in, and as you exhale, you will draw the fingers along the forehead. Okay, just before I finish today, I do want to talk about, covered the history, covered what ages us, very quick face yoga exercise example there. But I do also want to talk about lifestyle, because like I said at the very start, beauty is deeper than just what you see on the outside. So beauty is more than skin deep. Beauty is what goes into your mouth. Beauty is your diet, your exercise, your lifestyle. And I just want to share a few foods as well that you can go to very quickly to support your skin starting from today. And also reflecting on your lifestyle. So are you looking in the mirror thinking, oh my God, I look awful, but then you're drinking wine every night and not getting enough sleep? So let's go through food first. Of course, I've already mentioned hydration, but it is very important. Now, you can also get hydration from foods. So you can eating cucumber, watermelon. So yes, of course, water, but I know some people get fed up of drinking water. Maybe you can switch out some of your caffeine in the day for a herbal tea. So you're still having your nice warm drink, but you're replacing it with something that's a lot more hydrating than a cup of tea or coffee. Hydration is key for keeping your skin elastic. And again, think of that house plant when you haven't watered it for a while, how the leaves start to wilt and curl and go brown. That's exactly the same with your skin. Now, a lot of you may have seen online, on TV, lots of products that talk about boosting collagen. Now, I'm very wary of these because collagen is created within the body, so I don't know where they've got this from. I don't take anything with collagen because from the research that I've done, I feel a bit skeptical, and I just think, okay, I can get it from other places that are actually going to support. So you can, if you like bone broth, buy bone broth. That is going to support your production of collagen. Why? Because I've got this written down here, it's rich in amino acids, and that supports collagen formation. It's also very good for you if you struggle with your gut health. So bone broth is a good all-rounder anyway. Just a couple of cups a week and you'll be fine. That's enough. I know it can be a little bit, but just warm it up, drink it as quick as you can. It's not gorgeous. It's not having like the same as having a cup of tea, but you're supporting the aging process here throughout your body. Salmon, this is packed with omega-3. This is going to help your skin's barrier. And any oily fish actually is really going to be good for you. But salmon particularly I've wrote down here because it's just day to day. I try to eat salmon 2 or 3 times a week, and I'll mix that with leafy greens, cucumbers, so I'm getting the hydration there. Leafy greens, spinach is full of vitamin K, which is also really good for supporting the aging process. And these are also really good for your body in general. So it's about, you're looking after your whole body. It's holistic, but knowing that, okay, I'm eating this and it's supporting me in this way. Eggs. I know people have a love-hate relationship with eggs, but eggs are full of collagen building proteins. So if you're looking to support the collagen in your face, go with eggs. If you can have 2 eggs a day. Now I'll probably do another podcast one time on cholesterol. So people are like, oh, we shouldn't eat eggs for cholesterol. I've been doing a little bit of research around cholesterol levels, and I think there's a little bit of something there. I need to go a little bit deeper with it though. And then finally, fruits, berries. Berries, blueberries, high in antioxidants. They're going to help against these three, gosh, I can't speak and I'm doing a podcast. These free radicals. I've just mentioned leafy greens, your citrus fruits as well for vitamin C. So you can load these in throughout your day. So you've got your face yoga exercises, you've got your relaxation exercises, and you've got your food. What we also want to look at is anti-inflammatory foods, because a lot of our inflammation, our puffiness, our, inflammation around our necks and inflammation throughout the body is also it promotes aging. So the more inflamed we are, the more we're going to see that aging process. I've recently stopped eating chicken because of some of the research that I did and the hormones that chickens are given that are actually pushing our inflammation in our bodies. And I have noticed a difference, especially in my tummy, that it's way flatter. And that's the only difference I've made. I've cut out chicken now for a couple of months, eating red meats and seafoods, and I can definitely feel a difference. So the chicken I was eating obviously wasn't good. If you're eating hormone-free organic chicken, then you'll be fine with that. You don't have to cut that out, but it's very hard to get here in Dubai. So I've just stopped it. It was just easier than shopping around for organic chicken. For our inflammation though, turmeric, ginger, you can have them as a tea. You can buy, I have turmeric drops. I drink golden lattes. So I have the turmeric in my milk with a little bit of cinnamon, and it's really, really nice. I also put turmeric on my face, a turmeric oil. Nuts. I mention nuts all the time. Getting these in your porridge, having a handful of nuts in the morning just to get them in. Almonds, walnuts, seeds, chia seed, flax seeds. All of these things as well are also really hormone balancing. So I've mentioned all of these before in other podcasts, but these are also they're full of healthy fats that are going to help to soothe inflammation. And again, same as I've just mentioned with the collagen, those fatty fishes, because they're high in omega-3 and they support. So if you can, have a little bit more seafood. Go for salmon a couple of times a week. What's the other one? Mackerel, those oily fishes, just to help you, because again, it's going to help your overall health, not just your face. And that's what we really, really want to focus on. I've just mentioned antioxidants, but reaching for your dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is an antioxidant. It's also full of magnesium. So allowing yourself that chocolate treat. Grab some dark chocolate. Use it as an antioxidant. Use it when you need. I need to actually restock on my dark chocolate. Reaching for your green tea. Now, I'm not a big fan of green tea, but you can buy different varieties of green tea. Making your own green tea, popping in some peppermint, lemon, ginger, putting it in your teapot. These things again are really going to help just to detoxify your body. And of course, limiting sugars, limiting caffeine, limiting your processed foods. Face yoga works when you have all of these things put together: your diet, your exercise routine, your face yoga routine, your mindfulness routine, limiting your stress, really looking at your lifestyle as a whole. It's going to show through your face. I'm so excited to launch this next year. It's something that I really feel passionate about, and it fits so nicely with what I do already for myself, because I try to support my aging process through my body. So why not focus on my face? Why not give myself that time, that self-care? And I have noticed the difference, and I'm really excited to share this with you all. I would love to hear from you. Have you tried face yoga? Do you think it's woo-woo? Do you have any questions? Reach out, let me know. Let me know if you tried that short exercise, and keep an eye on my socials. So in January, I will be doing a 30-minute introduction to face yoga. This will be free. I'll be sharing it on my socials. So if you don't already follow me, everything's in the links. You can reach out to me, send me your email address, and get yourself added to my VIP list, because we'll be going through everything I've chatted about today in the podcast in a lot more detail in the session. And I'll be sharing some more face yoga examples as well, so exercises. So have an amazing Christmas, because you'll be listening to this just before Christmas, and I will see you next week.